Hello guys, welcome to Canon Vlogs. It has been quite very long that I did not make any video. There's some personal reasons, and also there wasn't any good topic in the Canada immigration. That's the reason I did not make any video. Anyways guys, today I'm gonna talk about the current times hot topics which is going on in Canada about the Indians. But before that, let me tell you something. Canada used to be like a second home for Indians, especially for the people of India, the Punjab community people, the state of Punjab in India. Yeah, for them, right? Those people used to come to Canada a lot. It's kind of a second home for them. Every year, thousands of Indians used to come to Canada in the past, right? And the government also, used to highly welcome them, to Canada, and this all because, like first of all, Indians used to be, they are very talented, highly educated, they are professionals, and also, when they come to Canada, right, they adapt very well the Canadian culture, the laws, and all those things. They follow rules and regulations, and everything. So they used to be a very nice people, nice immigrant in Canada, and not only that, Indians, also have a very good contribution in the development of Canada, since very decades of centuries back, right? So those were the impressions were there for Indians in the past, but now India is the most hated country, and the Indians are the most hated community in Canada. Why? What happens? What's wrong? So what is or what are the causes for all this thing and what is happening right now? So today I'm going to talk about why Indians are hated in Canada. Also why the government also taking harsh action to Indians. More and more Indians are deported back to India in compared to other community or other nationalities, people from other country, right? So this is what's happening right now. Why? Recently, Canada government, or you can say the Canadian police, border police, CBSA, which is Canada Border Service Agency. They caught 81 gangsters, and out of 81 gangsters, 24 of them were from India. They belongs to India, especially the Punjab, the state of India, and that's a huge number that deteriorated the image of India and the Indian. So according to the police, these people, what they do, they target rich, wealthy Indians, and then they used to call them, right, and then ask money, and then like if that Indian person, deny to give them the money, then they give them a threat. They damage their property, sometimes they burn their car, they give all the kind of a threats. And even after doing all this kind of, like hooliganisms, all this kind of damage and everything to the property, if in case the person denied to give them the money, they may even shoot. So they may kill them. So this is what's happening in Canada. All right. So when the police receive all this complaint, the government, immediately implemented CBSA in the ground. They were targeting all these people. They started searching for all these people, and then recently they caught like 24 from India, and that's a huge number. In Canada to run gangster activities in Canada, which is shocking. And the second is religious and political activities. What Indians are doing right now, like some the people from Hindu religions, who the Hindu religion followers, they are performing religious activities in the public areas, on the streets, in the parks. They're doing their things, which is first of all, which is not acceptable in Canadian soil. because many Indians here, like they just do whatever they like, they don't follow Kenyan's rules, they got Kenyan policies, regulations, city regulations, bylaws. No. First of all, let's say for example, you may see them, like riding carelessly, driving carelessly, on the road and street, high speed, accidents, so many things. They're making a U-turn everywhere, so this kind of incidents is very often been seen. Sometimes they're just driving on the pavement, if you have seen many videos of there in Toronto, it's not only that, like they're celebrating their parties on the street, there's the gang boys, also going around in the street and the park in the squares, making it loud music, and then there's dancing. For all these things, like has caused nuisance to the Kenyan people, the people from different other countries, and that also brought an attention to the government. So due to all these kind of activities, nasty activities, unacceptable activities being performed by the Indians, the Indians are, they are all headed. So to stop this kind of activities in Canada, so all these things, the government is now, doing like a big cleanup process that's going on. So starting with deporting, this is going on, and also like some strict and harsh rules in the public areas. So this is what happening, guys. So this is what all about, right? Alright guys, that's all in this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.